Chapter 10, Reckoning. The model. Now playing as Nina. Despite being exactly what you wanted, you still can't believe Amani actually asked you out. I'm sorry, what? You know, a date, like two people doing something fun while they get to know each other? I know what a date is. What I'm not understanding is why you're here asking me out on one. I mean, I was supposed to be the one to ask you. I showed up at your door and everything. I'm sorry. I asked you to go out with me and you're mad because I beat you to it? I'm not mad, I'm just confused. Look, I like you. You're cute, funny, yeah, you got on my last nerve, but... She pauses for a moment before taking your hand, and she laces her finger between yours. Flurry of butterflies flits around in your stomach. I can't stop thinking about you, and before I opened my big mouth at the photo shoot, I thought maybe there could be something there. I like you too, but one thing's for sure. Neither of us knows the other well enough to judge. You had no problem being critical of me, but what if you shared about yourself? Maybe I'd feel more comfortable sharing if I knew you were being straight up with me. And maybe I'd be more real with you if you weren't always jumping down my throat. Your heart pounds against your chest as the two of you fall silent. And you can't help but feel like a cartoon who's just sprinted off a cliff, too afraid to look down, and you see you've run out of road. You know what? I've had a lot to say about who you are. Can you just give me the night to show you who I am? All I ask is that you meet me with your full self. Whatever that looks like for you. Deal? She gives your hand a squeeze, and it's only then that you notice that even through your spat you'd never let go, the realization seals the deal. Deal. But we're gonna have to talk about the dress code for wherever you're taking me. After convincing you not to change, Amani pulls you downstairs and into a taxi. Gradually, the overly manicured part of the island slips away, and you arrive in a neighboring town bustling with activity. The taxi pulls up in front of a home with a carrejitos playing in the front yard. Amani! Oh no, a youth. Miss Virginia and Mr. Rolando are looking for you. I thought we were going on a date. Whose kids are these? And are we at somebody's house? You said you wanted to know me, and everybody here knows me better than almost anybody in the world. Come on. Amani leads you through the house and onto the beach behind it, making a beeline to a man in chanchalas and a woman pouring sangrias. It's about time you got here, Virginia. Look who it is. We were just starting to worry you wouldn't make it. Virginia wraps Amani in a hug and then surprises you by pulling you in too. Oh, okay. Food's not ready yet, but you're right on time to help cook. Rolando, Virginia, do cookouts like this whenever I come to town. And when the weather's nice, and when a distant cousin's latest baby takes her first steps, and... Chili. We do not need an excuse to throw something on the grill, but we're always happy to see our girl. Well, if I'd known, I'd have RSVP'd or brought a bottle of wine, or... Please, anyone Amani vouches for is welcome here anytime. What did you say your name was again? Oh, She did say bring your full, real self. Anita. Immediately, Rolando and Virginia turn to look at each other with knowing eyes. Oh, you're the one Amani won't shut up about. She's been talking about me. It's a dark at 3:45 a.m. Juanita this, Princess that. Girl, you might as well get comfortable, cause I feel I know you. Ain't there some food that needs to be cooked? What happened to that? Don't worry, we're leaving. Wouldn't want to get in the way of you and your boo. As they walk away cackling, she groans. Why didn't you tell me you were bringing me to meet your people? Because Ro and V are super casual. You heard them. Just be yourself, you'll be fine. Monty takes you by the hand to where a group of people are helping to prepare the meal, and you summon up your schmoozing smile. Mommy would kill me if I showed up empty-handed and didn't help, so what can I do? You tell me. We've got some plantation that needs to go on. The drinks are looking a little low. Why don't you put me wherever Amani's working? I can be her cute little sous chef. Then get your cute ass over here. Her hands find your hips and pull you in between her and the spread of freshly washed vegetables laid out on a nearby picnic table. As you pick up a knife, her hand wraps around yours, her chest pressing into your back. What are we making? That would be salad. I love Amani to death, but she could burn water. You guys sound pretty close. How'd y'all meet? I was getting some shots for a project a few years back and ended up staying here at their bread and breakfast. The rest is history. And thanks to all the developers coming in like they own the place, the B&B might be history soon too. They come in, buy up all the acres they can get their hands on, drain the island's resources, and leave us locals scrambling to cope. Sounds like Hawaii, alright. And don't get me started on the pear airs popping up all over the island. No regard for history, no understanding of the community. It's a mess. Ro and I were thinking about getting out while we can. I'm so sorry. Is there a petition I could sign or something? No amount of signatures is gonna make them back down because they don't see any value in what they're destroying. Until their pockets are in danger, they could care less about ours. Ro, I don't think this was the vibe Amani had in mind for a first date. Let's talk about something else. Don't worry about it. I was just about to suggest Anita and I head out to the boat and get the snapper for dinner anyway. Oh, there's a boat? I love that. Where are we picking the fish up from? Some restaurant at the beach? No, you're gonna catch that bitch. If at a restaurant you mean the ocean, sure, of course. We'll have to catch it first. But it's still alive. Fresh food tastes better than anything you're gonna find in a Michelin-starred kitchen. Francia, come on, I'll prove it to you. It's true. The two of you change, and Amani leads you on board the fishing boat. Seconds later, the sails flutter free, carrying you out into the deep waters. So let me get this straight. You do photography, sail, fish. How do you know how to do all this stuff? I've lived a lot of lives. Some good, some not so good. But all of them have made me the ever so slightly jaded person I am today. Slightly. Be nice, or I'll keep my fish catching tips to myself. They wouldn't help anyway. I'm telling you now. If a fish touches me, I will die, right here on the spot dead. Okay, Madame Drama. Before you start creating your own eulogy, how about I walk you through the steps? Amani grabs your fishing pole, shoves her hand in a grody-looking bucket, and pulls out a worm. Immediately no. Come on, how do you expect to catch a fish if you won't even bait the hook? Hear me out, I was thinking you could do it for me. That hook baiting? All of it, I'm serious, Amani, this is gross. Ugh. Women that are like this, come on now, you can't exist, I'm serious. You can't exist. She slips the worm onto your hook and steps closer, pinning you to the railing with her body. What if I make it worth your while? One kiss for every attempt you make. Her breath ghosts across your face, and though it's just the two of you, you can't help but lower your voice to a whisper. Are you bribing me? It doesn't count as a bribe if I'm getting something out of it too. She presses the pole into your hands and turns you to face the water, your ass grazing her hips before she backs off. You fight to regain your focus. Make sure you cast out far. The fish won't come too near to the boat because of the noise. Intent on following her instructions, you take a deep breath, rear back, and whip your arms forward. Ugh! Flipping right over the boat's railing. That bitch overboard! Anita, are you okay? I'm fine. Oh, I guess water is like to her hair. But don't act like this isn't what you wanted with your cast out far nonsense. Hey, I gave you valid fishing tips. You're the one who decided to become one with your inner mermaid. Amani leans over the boat and offers you her hand, but rather than let her pull you up, you yank her down, sending water splashing up around both of you. And just like that, I feel so much better. You are so petty. Monty paddles closer, and you tense for the spray of water you know is coming in retaliation. Instead, she lifts a hand to coil a strand of your hair around her finger. Sorry you got your hair wet. I know you hate that. Your hand shoots up to your head, and sure enough, your fingers sink into a mountain of curls. But as the urge to get into the nearest salon chair builds, you think about your girls, all the encouraging you to let Amani see the real you and smile. I'm starting to mind it less and less. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that still counts as an attempt. No? It does, and I'm nothing if not a woman of my word. You slip your arms around her neck, pulling her towards you through the water and claiming her lips in a salty kiss. Her tongue eases in your mouth, grazing your own, when suddenly you feel a fish burst past your ankle. What the hell was that? You take a moment to look around, peering through the crystal clear water down to the reef teeming with vibrant ocean life below your feet. Oh, I definitely gotta get my camera for this. You're going down there! Oh yeah, it's its own little world, all quiet, immense. Honestly, this is the kind of thing that gets me out of bed in the morning. She heaves herself over the side of the boat, and in a flash, she's back in the water with her camera and 2 sets of snorkels. Nothing I could say would do justice, but maybe you want to come with me? We could even grab some shots for your socials. Diamond choice. I like the ocean scenery. For the first time in a long while, you'd rather just enjoy yourself than worry about what you look like. Still, for all your eagerness, you can't shake the Angela-shaped cloud raining on your parade. About the pics, the publicist watches my socials like a hawk. I couldn't actually post anything like this. Amani scrunches her face, a puzzled furrow dividing her brows. Like this? You mean like yourself? 'Cause that's what you look like. I thought we established there's a 50-50 on that being a good thing for any given campaign. Don't believe me? With a quickness, she raises her camera and snaps a picture before turning the display your way. Remember, no redlining yourself. For once, you don't really want to. Your hair is fanned out behind you, floating wild, free, and you're smiling. Really smiling for the first time in a long while. Monty, you're my new favorite collaborator. No one captures my good side like you do. It's not that hard considering you don't have a bad side. Trust me, I've looked. Maybe. Except for her attitude. It's a little, mean. Amani helps fit the goggle and snorkel to your head, and you hesitantly dip below the water's surface. Oh, wow. Under the surface, the world around you is quiet, but below, all manner of brightly colored flora and fauna are darting about. You watch schools of fish, noting the lithe way they move, weaving through the water in long strides, quick flashes, turning on a dime. Start, stop, go, go. It's like a zigzag pattern. Next to you, Amani brushes your hair out of your face and raises the camera to her eye for another photo. I want to check out Amani. A grin on your lips, you swim straight over to her, playfully inspecting her like one of the underwater marvels. She snaps a few pictures of you in the spectator mode until you catch her around the waist and pull her to you. This'll make a nice one for the collection. You cover her hand, turning the camera to snap a photo of both of you, your mouthpieces clinging together in a clumsy, cute scuba kiss. The two of you surface, swim back to the boat. The shots are gorgeous, but the thoughts of posting them makes your stomach flutter. What if Angela was right about my socials? What if I wake up tomorrow morning and all over some tabloid? You were Angela's version of perfect for the swimsuit campaign, and that still happened. The way I see it, no matter what you do, you can't please everyone. Might as well please yourself. Giggity. You know what? Get ready to defend my honor. The internet can be ruthless. I know. That's why I don't go there much. Tell me about it. You do know you have millions of followers on Picta, don't you? Despite my best efforts, I assure you. Despite my best efforts, I literally and figuratively still don't. Oh, I've tried so hard for so many years. Any chance you'd be willing to brave a comment section or two with a sword, shield, and block-ready finger if my fan base turns on me? I'll hunt down my passwords, but with these pics, I think I'll have to be in the comments with a stick to beat your fans off you. You ready? Nope. Yep. Really, because you look like you're gonna pass out. And as down as I am to give you mouth-to-mouth, I feel like I gotta ask, are you sure you want to do this? I do. Monty presses closer, rubbing her hands along your arms to warm them from the water. If you don't want to, I don't think any less of you, I promise. But I just want to say, I saw something in you today that I didn't realize I was looking for. You shine, Anita. But it's up to you whether you want people to see that shine or not. She gives you a reassuring shine. Yep, a shine. I'm just going with it. Smile, and despite all of her teasing and ribbing, you know she's being genuine. I want to post the photos. Damn it, I'm gonna do it. You reach out, run your thumb over her cheek, beads of salt water brushing off you with your touch. I want to show everyone the pretty face behind this pretty face. Then let's do it, like ripping off a band-aid. He transfers the photos over to your phone. Unretouched, unedited, your fingers hover over the post button. Remember, only if you really want to. You steel yourself, squeezing your eyes shut as you hit post. Almost on gut instinct, you shut your phone off, knowing otherwise you'd be frantically refreshing the comments. She's like me, though. At least I used to. Okay, I've got better. Preemptively dodging Agent Zilla? Trying to enjoy my day at sea. Now, do you mind? I've got a fish to catch. For real? Oh yeah, I've studied the fish. I've become one with the fish. And now, I'm catching that fish. Amani whoops with a laugh and catches you around the waist, giving you a quick spin around the deck. You're breathless as she pulls you in close, still laughing, her breath ghosts over your lips. You know, this is the hottest I've ever seen you. Really, I bet I can do better. You wind your arms around her neck, your lips latching onto hers, and a fervent kiss salted with sea air. How's that? Perfect, Princess. She releases you suddenly, giving you a little slap on the ass as she pushes you towards the railing. Now go and get us that fish. Newly enlightened, you climb over the rail and stand on a sandbar, a fishing pole, back on the boat with your snorkeling gear. Instead of casting a lure, you watch the fish, studying them until you get their patterns down. Zig, zig, zag. The red-silver one over there is a snapper. Zig, zig, zag. In a flash, you reach right in, grabbing a huge snapper with your bare hands. My bad, Bear Grylls. Obviously, we didn't need to start you off with a fishing pole at all. What can I say? I'm a quick study. Yeah, no, that's how that works. Amani chuckles as the snapper wriggles in your grip, almost escaping into the waves. Just make sure you keep it caught. I'll grab you a bucket from the boat. Later, as everyone piles their plates high with snapper, plantation, and peas, rice, Rolando switches on the radio and pulls Virginia into his arms. I hope y'all don't mind, but while y'all fill your bellies, I'm gonna dance with this beauty right here. Bro, you are a fool. Still, she glides along to the groove with him, tucking her face into his neck next to you. Amani looks on with a smile, and you get an idea. Dance with me. Girl, I do not have rhythm with you think I do. If I can catch a fish, you can move your hips. Come on. You grab Amani's hand and lead her out into the open sand, pulling her in close as you slip your arms around her waist. The move reminds you of your parents and how their laughter used to spill out of the kitchen long after you'd gone to bed. You smile. Bacata is all in the hips. I should guide her with my body. You slip your legs between hers until your hips meet, and as slowly as you can, you step to the side, bringing her along. Step together, step and tap. Your hands grip her hips, swaying them in time to the beat, and as she picks up the movement, she grinds against your thigh. Show me again. With a soft push against the small of her back, you bring her even closer as you move back the opposite direction. As the song ends, the two of you transition to a simple two-step, swaying to the soft melody as the day's burning temperature starts to mellow out. I see why you like it here. Who would have thought staying at a bed and breakfast with strangers could feel so much like home? That's the thing. When you get here, you're a stranger. But Ro and V are really good about making sure you leave as family. They're all about building community. It's what this neighborhood was founded on. In my line of work, community isn't really a thing because you never know who's going to snake you and throw you under the bus. The closest I've got to any of this is my girls. Yeah, I couldn't help but notice that there's a vibe going on between all y'all. What's that about? The usual. I'm the bad guy, Tiana's perfect, D's our glue, my eyes. Just trying to figure it all out. You say that like it's a foregone conclusion, but there are more than two sides to every story. What's yours? It's been so long since anyone's asked you that question that you can't help but pull back and look at her, stunned. But she just stares back, her willingness to hear you out apparent. You take a deep breath. I guess it started my freshman year of college. Tiana and Dee were crushing it as sophomores, but I dropped out before Christmas break, which was a pretty big impact on Maya. What do you mean you want to drop out too? I mean, I'm filling out the paperwork and Googling ways to get Mama and Daddy to sign it. Wait, why do you sound so surprised? You dropped out too? Of college, Preemie. You're a junior in high school. What about your dreams? Without a high school diploma, life is going to get so much harder for you. Are you kidding? You moved to New York to be a model. You're like the poster child for following dreams. Yeah, but not everybody succeeds in following those dreams, trust me. She made it sound like fun, but I was struggling. My parents helped pay my bills for years while I tried to get discovered. But every time I heard the same old things. Sorry, honey, we're not doing urban this season. Too unpolished. We've already got someone with your look. I left so many go-sees, absolutely heartbroken, until finally my parents gave me an ultimatum. Get enough bookings to support myself or go back to college and get a degree. And that's when I met Angela. Wow, you're stunning. Has anyone ever told you that you could be a model? All the time. Except for when it really counts. I can't book a gig to save my life. The woman produces a business card and holds it out to you. I can help you with that. Why don't you give me a call and we'll do lunch? It was a match made in heaven. Angela had this way of spinning things to make people listen to her. Honey, I'm telling you, these ethnic girls really bring something spicy to the catwalk. Your house can only benefit from booking my clients. When she's convinced me to go from Juanita Hilaria Carter to Anita Descartes, she wasn't whitewashing my name, she was making me more exotic. Well, sweets, if you don't believe me, just say both, one after the other, and you tell me which one has the wow factor. When she told me to only use proper English, she wasn't casting judgment on where I came from. She was making more accessible to a wider demographic. You need to be more comfortable speaking with the movers, shakers at the Met Gala, as you are talking to your homegirls. And I couldn't even call her out because it was working. For the first time in my life, I was booked and busy. A booking with La Legitime magazine, the esteemed French fashion magazine. Oh! I flew out to Paris for the last-minute shoot the weekend, but when I called home and told Tiana, she was pissed. Tiana, I'm in Paris. Can you believe it? You know what, Juanita? Yeah, I kinda can. Whoa. Could you at least pretend to be happy for me? You know, instead of slurping down a haterade nonstop. Wow, really? If that's all you have to say to me right now, then you can lose my number, Juanita. I'm done. Well, I'd like to know the story behind that phone call. After that, my career took off, and I buried myself in being Anita Descartes. This is the first time I've been just Juanita since. Believe it or not, she's never too far away. She brushes a stray curl out of your face, and you take a steadying breath. Come on, I know something I want to show you. The two of you slip away, and you follow her into a cozy workspace. Red lighting floods the rooms. Developing shots hang from crisscrossed wires. Wow. We have waterfalls, the Cliff of Moria, and Bukit Peninsula. I like the waterfalls. I also like the wave. I'll go with Angel Falls. Ireland, Indonesia, Venezuela. You don't sit down much, do you? As if making your point, you turn to catch her in motion, clipping a new batch of photos to the line as she removes the dried ones. Not really. I've been pretty much on the go since I was a kid, so staying in one place as an adult just feels wrong, I guess. But don't you want something to come back to at the end of the day? Something that's all yours? She pauses. Though her back is turned to you, you can practically feel her tense up. I grew up in foster care, so having something that's all mine isn't really a prerequisite for me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean... It's okay, I'm just grateful that now that I go from place to place, I don't have to do it with all my stuff in a trash bag. But that's not why I brought you here. She gathers a handful of photos, and as you squeeze into a space next to her, you'll look over her shoulder, you recognize your own face. I've never seen myself look so beautiful. That's because when you look at yourself, you look for things to fix. Everyone does, let's be honest. Everybody does. She turns to look you over her shoulder. And the energy in the room shifts as you realize just how close her lips are to yours. But in reality, you were never broken. Amani. Keeping the relationship diamond choice. We'll go for however long YouTube lets us. Heart pounding in your chest, you press forward and cover her lips with your own, ducking beneath a line of photos. I'll bet this is where you take all the models you shoot your shot with, huh? Nope, no other models, no other girls, just us. As she presses the full length of her body against yours, sending you stumbling back into the developing table, her kiss is definitive and urgent. Just you, Anita. In the darkness of the room, you feel Amani more than you see her. Her hands gripping your back before sinking to your ass, her chest soft against your own. Her lips hot with need as they suck just under your ear. Bite me. I want to feel you. You slip a hand behind her head, pulling her mouth closer to your pulse point as it throbs in time with your need. She nuzzles into your neck, nipping at the hollows of your throat and eliciting a gasp from you. Yeah, 'cause that won't make headlines. Superstar sports hickey. Then you'll just have to be careful not to leave a mark. Or just leave a mark where no one sees. Wait. You feel her grin against you, then she switches between faint bites and hungry pulls of her mouth, every action dragging a moan from you as she works to not mark your delicate skin. Is that code for you doing such a good job? And then some. You lean forward to bridge the gap between your lips and a greedy kiss, backing her into a row of expensive machinery. Your chest heaves as you take her in lithe, muscular frame, cloaked in a baggy t-shirt and jeans. But take those off, I want to see you. All of you. This isn't a peep show, Princia. You want something, you give something. Fine. You grip the hem of your crop top, pull it up over your head before reaching behind to unclip your bra. Your breasts drop free from the cups under her watchful gaze. Your turn. In one fluid movement, she grips the back of her tank, pulls it over her head, and deposits it at your feet, revealing the sports bra underneath. A little help? With pleasure. You tuck your fingers underneath the elastic at a rib cage and lift, revealing reveling in her groans of pleasure as her breasts slip free as well. You bow your head, lips parted as you take the okay. Later, you and Amani lay in each other's arms on the floor of the dark room, Amani absentmindedly playing in your hair. She sneak kisses in the quiet. I say we know each other pretty well now. I don't know, still got a few secrets up my sleeve. You turn to look at her, eyes wide, only to find her grinning over at you. Don't worry, if you ask nicely, we can go another round and I'll show them to you. He presses a kiss to your temple and your body warms in her embrace. Still, you can't help thinking over her words. Amani, you... Ask me for my full self, but I need yours too. This only works if we both show up and then we accept each other for who we are. Her body language tenses, and you gear up for her to deflect. And then... I play off foster care thing, but it did mold me into who I am, more than one way. I was just a kid, passed off from family to family. None of them were perfect, but the wealthy ones sure pretended they were. So I got good at pretending, just trying to fit in. Until it was hard to tell what parts of myself were real and what was a front. Amani. She closes her eyes and takes a deep breath. And for a moment, you think you've pushed too far, too fast. She leans into your touch and continues. It took a lot of counseling to realize I was worthy just as I am. Her eyes lock on yours. Amber pools of reassurance and strength. She plucks at one of your curls again, her expression far away. I want that for you too, Anita. Whenever you're ready for it. The Meddler. Now, playing as Tiana. Back at the resort, you finish tallying your purchases for the customs forms and sigh. I know the girls think I'm moving too fast with Jordan, but maybe the second time's a charm. Or maybe it's just a fling. None of this means anything at all. I gotta talk this out. You peek into Maya and Anita's rooms to find them empty before heading over to Dee Dee's. Hey Dee, got a second? You don't bother a note with a knock, opting instead to hip bump your friend's door to open to find... Andre? Tiana. Door closed for a reason. And as they scramble to cover their half-dressed appearance with the bedsheets, the reason quickly becomes apparent. Well, excuse me. I didn't know you ordered room service. I'm doing it. Let me guess, you ordered a piece of chocolate cake and something sweet. This sweet thing showed up instead. same way you were just checking that all the doors in the suite will open whether or not someone knocks. Touché. Do you mind? You and Andre each pause, uncertain of who she's talking to, until finally Andre leans over the side of the bed table and grabs his pants. Rather than ask, I'll save us both a little embarrassment and just go. You turn away while he dresses, and when you look up, he drops a kiss on the back of Dee's hand before letting himself out. Dee slips on her dress. Now, what's got you in here throwing off my groove? First of all, who knew you were in here with a groove to be thrown? Secondly, after what y'all said about me and Jay, I realize it might be time to come in terms with it. You take a deep breath before taking the plunge and vocalizing the thoughts that's been steadily growing. I'm falling for him all over again, Dee. Hard. I know the feeling, Tiana. It's wonderful to have those butterflies again, but think about it like this. Loving Jordan doesn't mean you'll end up together. There's a lot of factors to consider. You're right. But I can't help feel, or how I feel, Dee. And I feel like I love him. If Jordan means that much to you, then you have to tell him. Take the leap. Oh. Take the leap. Take the leap. All that's going through your mind as you walk through the resort on the hunt for him. You find him on the hotel's patio, tapping away on his laptop. Oh, to be the keyboard your hands are all over. I wouldn't mind letting my ex command me right now. Oh, that was a good pun. That was okay. Let me finish typing these work notes and I'll be more than happy to see what I can do. His fingers thunder against the keyboard as he jots down his final thoughts, and he pulls the screen down with a sigh. I'm actually really glad you found me. There's something I want to tell you. And great minds think alike. Because Jordan, you inhale a shaky lungful of warm sea air, heart pounding as you contemplate surging ahead with a plan, or without one, and pouring your heart out. I think I'm falling for you again. I know it's only been a few days, but they've been incredible days. Exactly. You reach for his hand over the laptop, intertwining your fingers with his as you hold on for dear life, something you should have done 5 years ago. Maybe we didn't work out for a reason. Maybe it was all so we could meet back up here and learn to love each other all over again. Yana, I always thought you were supposed to be my happily ever after, but I need to tell you something, and I'm not sure how. He pauses, sending your heart into overdrive, but before you explode from anticipation, a passing party boat steals both of your attentions. Everybody scream! Oh god. Is that Maya? As the partying guests aboard the boat holler, you peer closer. And sure enough, that's your baby sister guzzling beer and sailing out to sea. Where's she going? I'm not sure if she even knows, but one thing's for certain. If we're gonna catch her, we need to go now. Without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description of the video. Let me know also in the comment section your thoughts. Also, I have a quick question. Should I even keep doing this book, or like reading it? Should I just quickly just make a bunch of videos, not voice it? Because I can tell a bunch of you just are not that interested in it, right? Clearly. I mean, I know I'm a little behind, technically. But more of you are more like, hey, do this or do that or the whole 9 yards, and you guys are more in tune with wanting to do certain things. Even if I'm behind on it, and it just seems like this book you guys have little to no interest in. So yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of curious your thoughts on this book, or what I should do. Should I just quickly, speed read through this shit? Should I just upload it without reading? Like, what, who, what, when, where, and why? So I value your opinions. I value your feedback. That's why I'm asking. So, without further ado, love your beautiful faces. Catch you all next time. Peace.